Let's let it go.
Dr. Rosie Milligan, one of the most sought-after speakers on the circuit today. Her live internet talk show, Express Yourself, is the most provocative, thought-provoking, and talked-about radio show on the internet. There's no holds barred, and Dr. Milligan puts the B in bold. She brings it every Tuesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Rosie has been proclaimed the most provocative female writer of the century. Her books include Satisfying the Black Man and Black Woman Sexually Made Simple, Why Black Men Choose White Women, and the book Nigga Please. These books have raised eyebrows across the country. She has authored 21 books and published 350 titles for authors nationwide. Check Dr. Rosie out at drrosie.com for her books, articles, and archives of her internet talk show. Sit at the feet of wisdom. Dr. Milligan is indeed a timekeeper and scorekeeper. She is the clock, calendar, and almanac for Black America. You need to hear her.
Got out of the rain, and we do have some sunshine. You're listening to the Express Yourself Hour. I am your host, Dr. Rosie Milligan, coming to you live always, as you know how we do it around here, folks. It's nothing but straight talk up in here. I have two wonderful co-hosts. The first one is Mr. Keith Swanson. Hey, you guys know he's the invisible man. People, ever since last year, they say, I don't believe Keith exists. So they have been saying, where is Keith? Keith's been all around you. I keep telling you all, if you catch him, hold him, and call me. There was about $6,500 on the table last year. It started all over in January. Well, you guys, he's going to be at Black Writers on Tour. That's March 25th. That's on a Saturday from 10 to 3 p.m. Keith will be roaming around at Carson Community Center. He will be talking now. He won't be silent. And you've heard his voice on this show. And if you don't get that money on the 25th, I don't know what to tell you. I have to send, I don't know what to do. That's all I'm saying. Keith, are you there?
I am here.
Okay. You guys, he's here. He is real. I don't know, Keith, why they think you're not real? I don't get it.
The voice is too perfect to be real.
Oh my God. So Keith, you're doing well today?
I am doing well today.
Good. Shawana Bordenay.
Yes.
Mic is open. Shawana is a real estate woman. She sells, she buys, she leases, she did everything you can do to a house but clean it.
I've seen her with her apron on. So.
So if you want to buy a house, lease it, or whatever you want to do to a house, call Shawana. Shawana, give a shout out for your number right now, okay?
I'll give a shout out right now. I hope you guys all have your pen and paper handy there. My number is 818-201-6565. That's for my Valley folks. And for my LA folks, it's 310-420-9046. That's 310-420-9046. Please do not hesitate to call me on any questions you may have. I don't care what it is. Call me. If it concerns real estate, I'll be able to help you out.
Yeah, we're going to have that discussion about real estate interest rates and stagflation that's going on right now. It's going to be a mess.
Well, we're going to have to visit that again. I tell you that.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys, I tell you, we have an exciting guest today, and everybody that I've told about her, they go, well, where is she? I've been needing her a long time ago, you know.
Well, she's not real either.
Yes, she is. Candace is real, okay? Let me tell you what we're going to talk about today. We're going to take a close-up look at the positive outcome for seniors who gain computer skills. My staff asked me today, he said, what age do you start calling a person senior? Well, I said 55. That's my definition. I think that's right. Candace will tell us when she get on. I think by the time you get 55, yeah, you are a senior. If it comes to technology, yeah, you're a senior because most 55 don't know nothing about the darn computer. Star said that. But I guess recognize three things in life that are guaranteed. That's death, taxes, and computers, you guys. That is a guarantee. You're going to die. You're going to have to pay taxes, and you're going to have to learn how to use a computer. Mastering computer skill changes lives for adults and seniors in a positive way. I was so just so elated when I met this young woman, Candace Walker, when she started telling me about her program where teens are helping seniors learn to navigate through this technology. And I thought about young people. I said, that's really nice. Now, they can help those seniors and do well. But I bet that mama and their daddy find it difficult learning from them. Because you know what kids tend to do when they're working with parents? You ask them to show you something, they'll do it. Can I get a witness? They'll do it instead of showing you, and you sitting there when they leave, you don't know what button they hit. But these young people are really amazing, and to hear these people's testimonies, I can see how they come out of loneliness. Can you imagine all of a sudden your parent is able to go on Facebook, able to get on Zoom meeting, able to just text, able to do things? That changed their whole life. Arthritis kind of diminished because they don't have so much time to think about it. A lot of other things. Overeating, okay, we can name a whole lot of things, okay, because you're busy. So you don't have time to nibble all day. So let me introduce my guest. My guest is none other than Miss Candace Walker. She's a social impact technologist. That's a new word. Now, you guys write that down. Learn a new word. A social impact technologist. She has 25 years experience in television. She's an app developer. Did you hear that, Shawana? She's an app developer. She'll tell you about it. She has her own app. Founder and
Love it.
Founder and CEO of Generation Connect Inc. Wow. Good morning, Miss Walker. How are you?
Wow. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for inviting me to participate.
Well, I couldn't think of a better guest. You know, when you get a certain age, then you start relating to folks your age. You know how that is. I remember when I was 16 and somebody mentioned something about a boy that was 24. I thought he had one foot in the grave. He was so old.
Mm-hmm.
The older we get, you guys, the age it seems different. My secretary once, she was telling us, I guess I was in my 40s at the time, she was telling about a friend of hers who had passed. And I said, oh my God. She said, he was a young man. And I said, how old was he? She said, 62. And me and my friend fell out on the floor laughing, Keith.
They say 60
man,
is the new 40.
Yes. So, Candace, tell us about your business, how you got started, and just let the audience know just about what you're doing, because I'm really excited.
Sure. Again, thank you so much for this platform. So I'm Candace Walker, the founder and CEO of Generation Connect, and we are a social impact startup that is bringing together teens with seasoned adults to provide, and I refer to seniors as seasoned adults. I'm trying to coin that phrase, actually.
Okay.
For engagement, enhancement, and entertainment services. So what does that mean? It means we connect local high schoolers with older adults to offer tech support and online gaming and just common interest bonding. And it occurs over a 7-session program. And then if that's not enough, and you're free to sign up again, or you can sign up for on-demand support. That means you're online, you have an issue, you're able to click a button, record what the problem is. It's then transcribed and sent out like a back call to all the teams, and whoever's available will let you know, and then you can click whoever you want to help you.
Wow. Wow, that's
So,
really exciting.
Sweet.
how did we get started?
And did you
So-
start after COVID, Ms. Walker? Was this brought on after looking
Yeah.
at the deficiency? Did COVID inspire you to do this?
Absolutely, it did. So we didn't start off with the idea. So the idea of matching teens with seasoned adults actually comes from my own personal experience. I'm sandwiched between my widowed mother and my teens, or they were teens. And I depended on my teens to help me with my mom to help me with my teens, and found that this arrangement was just good for everyone. And so it's like, okay, great, let's do this and provide some in-person services. But when COVID hit, everybody pivoted. And when the senior centers shut down, you had people who would visit, members who would visit the senior centers every day. And all of a sudden there was nothing, nowhere to go, no one to talk to. They hadn't seen their friends in months. And so when we approached the Inglewood Senior Center about doing a pilot with them and local, teens from private and public schools, they said yes, like we need something. And so they let us in. And I tell you, that first time when we got everybody on and they saw each other for the first time in months, it was moving. It was really moving. So, yes, we were greatly propelled by COVID and the impact it had on our community and specifically our seasoned adults.
Wow. Did you start out doing Zoom or face-to-face?
Yes. So we, when we launched, COVID was in the middle of shutting everything down. So we could not do any face-to-face. So it was all virtual. And that's really our model today, because it makes it kind of easy for the teens, of course. They can join from wherever they are because they're extremely mobile. And then for the seasoned adults, they're able to come together at the senior centers or a community room. We provide an on-site coordinator, and then they're able to connect with the teens who further the instruction of whatever curriculum we're on that day.
So did many of the seniors did not have a computer? How did you compensate for those who wanted to learn? But and for Zoom, how did you get them up and running for Zoom? Because a lot of seniors don't even know how to get on Zoom.
Yeah, it's a heavy lift in the beginning. We invest a lot of time. We try to do group meetings. We'll do one-on-one. I'll get people on the phone, like whatever it takes, right? Just to get them and to just walk them through, like click by click. And what are you seeing? And can you take a picture of it on your phone and show me, like whatever it took. And it's a heavy lift in the beginning, but it's all about doing it and doing it and doing it. And we try to make our platform so easy so that if you can get there by clicking a button, right, or clicking a link, then big signage, click here to join the meeting, then that's how we have been able to get people on board. And so, yes, it's a heavy lift in the beginning, but it pays off, because once they get it and they do it a few times, this becomes the place to be and to hang out. So it's really cool.
I know, listening to videos, how happy they were that they were able to do these things. Let me get the number out. Those who are listening would care to talk with Ms. Walker or any of our hosts, you can call us at 310-928-7733. That's 310-928-7733. If you're at work, don't want anybody to hear what you're saying, jump on that computer, innerlightradio.com, innerlightradio.com, and you can chat with us. I think we have one person online now. I don't know if they're listening or they want to chime in. That number is 424 So 424, if you just listen, that's fine. If you want to chime in, give us your name, where you're from, and state your question or comment. You can do that now. And then maybe just listen. Keith, what's your take about how you feel about this? You know, you think you're young. I know.
I wish I did think I was young, but the thing is, I'm the tech rep for my whole family, young and old. I was just helping my 10-year-old grandson get on Discord. Going through the emails and two-factor authentication, all that kind of stuff. So it took me about an hour to actually get him on, and he's 10. So it's not an age thing. They actually did a literacy test, right, about computer literacy test about just reading, going onto a site, reading the instructions, trying to figure out which button to actually push. And it's a lot more complex than people actually think it is. It's something. Sometimes the user interface is not straightforward, and sometimes the instructions are not straightforward. So everybody struggles with this. And this is even with people like me that are used to tech. Okay, so I can imagine since COVID that you really have to go online to actually schedule doctor's appointments or get food or even call.
Exactly.
You have to call an Uber. Okay. And it's really is a struggle, and sometimes the websites or the user interfaces are not straightforward. And you take a senior who say somebody my age it hasn't been living with tech all his life. They try to figure this out. It's pretty difficult. So sometimes you got to do Zoom meetings. You got to like I say, even I think during COVID I had to help. One of my grandson's teachers actually figure out how to actually set up her classroom, set up her syllabus and her lesson plans to actually allow the children to actually work better and how to turn in their assignments properly, right? So it's a COVID has actually accelerated everything. It has pushed a lot of things that were normally face to face, which how people normally do things, into this online literacy that they haven't really been trained on. So I can see the need for it. I'm sure you get calls like every 5 minutes. Help me figure this site out, because it's not really straightforward. And for techies, you can kind of figure it out, but people that have never even looked at this kind of stuff, man, they're lost. I can imagine.
Who never thought they would look at it. I know, when you're getting older, you really don't want to grasp new things. Because I remember when the bank started all the kiosks, I swore I would never put my money in one of those things. I said, I'm just not going to do it. How to put that money in that thing and how to get my receipt. We just fight technology.
It's something something as simple as online banking, where, especially during COVID, where you couldn't go into the bank. You had to, if you got a check, you had to really, you had to take a picture of the check, and you had to just, put it in properly. Okay. And like I said, it's not always straightforward. And people have a hard time figuring it out, because when I first did it, it took me like half an hour to actually figure out how to do it. So, like I said, you need people to actually explain this to you, walk you through it, and because people are actually used to human interaction, and when you look at a blinking cursor with instructions that are not quite the way we actually our minds work, it can be difficult. So exactly. I can imagine.
Well, Candace, tell us about that app. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just going to say, you really point to a recent survey that AARP did, pointing to 2 in 5 seasoned adults feel like technology is designed without them in mind. And they point to the poor user experience, the lack of training materials, and just the complexity. So exactly what you're saying is the case. And so that's where we come in. Give us, your issues, your problems, and we would love to be able to get you, from not knowing to knowing on different applications.
Yeah. And now that, it's something that's really recent. It's really just released maybe the last 6 months or so with the Chat GPT. They pushed all these bots, where you used to get a human person. Okay, now they want you to chat with these bots.
Well,
and before you even get to a person, go ahead.
Yeah, no, that chat GPT is really challenging our school system because you're able to put in a few details and an essay is generated like in seconds.
Yeah.
Write an essay on the Civil War, and in seconds you have a full essay. How and what are our children like learning? You know, it's challenging for the schools.
They're gonna have to do in-class essays, okay, with the teacher watching, like old school.
Make your brain go dead. That's what it is. You don't remember any phone numbers. You go to your phone. Now you Google everything and it comes up. Let's take a call. We have a call, I believe, at 732. Caller, go ahead. Give us your name.
Caller, what's your name?
I'm sorry. From? Yes, I'm calling from Piscataway. I just got your information by email. I wanted to join you and listen to what is going on. I just joined.
Okay.
So I've not thought up a question yet. I just joined, so I've been listening.
Okay. Mute your mic and if you want to listen in. That's all we ask.
Okay. Thanks for joining. What he said was calling from, Keith?
Piscataway.
I'm calling from Piscataway, Central Jersey.
Okay. Great.
Is that New Jersey?
Yes, Central New Jersey.
Okay, Piscataway, New Jersey. Okay, that's a long way away. Okay, just mute your mic.
What I was calling did not have to do with computers, though. It had to do with a different. But anyway, I could ask that later on.
We go.
It had to do with.
Dr. Rosie,
with
give
Dr.
you a number
Rosie.
for the office.
Yeah.
Yes, one.
I'll get your number. That's one of the reasons this year with Black Writers on Tour and Business Expo, we connected. It's now called Black Writers on Tour plus Business plus Tech Expo because we realize how important it is for people to really connect. Because when you look at literacy, English literacy, and technology, changes lives. It really does. So when I first met Candace, when she told me about this, I was so excited. But you would have to hear the testimony of the seniors, how this have impacted them. Now, is this only available to seniors that's residents of Inglewood?
Yeah.
Oh, good question. So, no, it's not. Our programming, because it's virtual, we actually attract seasoned adults and teens, actually, from all over the country. And hopefully we'll soon be able to go beyond our nationwide limits. But we have Ohio chiming in, New Jersey, Georgia, and Maryland, as well as California.
That is incredible. Now, people still meet at the center. Are they involved? And tell us about that app that anybody can get.
Okay. So what we do is you have to register to be a part of the community. So because we are connecting minors with adults. And so anyone over the age of 18, we run what's called a public records background check, where we, based on your address and your date of birth, whatever is in the public records will come up. We do not ask for any social security card or any driver's license or any government issued identifiers. But because, again, we are connecting, adults with minors, we have to run the background checks for insurance purposes. And then on the teen side, we also vet all of our teens, so they have to provide parental consent and a faculty recommendation, because this isn't a program for everybody, right? If you don't have the patience and the compassion and the willingness to perhaps say things a few times, then it's not a great program. It's not a good match for you as a teen. But if you do have those things, then what they are able to get out of the program is that they get their community service hours, which are a mandate to graduate in a lot of school districts. They also get that mentorship because our seasoned adults are a wealth of information and experience and wisdom. And they gain a sense of purpose that's a little bit broader than themselves. So the mutual benefit is there. And even for seasoned adults, I mean, they're able to improve real health benefits like brain and cognitive functions just from connecting with teens and learning new skills. So it has a really great broad impact. And so once you go to our site, which is generationconnect.io, you apply to join the community. There's a short questionnaire. We ascertain your interest, your current computer experience, whether you like working with teens or not, what type of equipment you have, will you have any help, so things like that. So we really gain a picture of what your position is. And then you're able to join our intergenerational program, and that's when we walk you through like 7 sessions with the teens. And you're always free to sign up again and again and again.
Mm-hmm. That is so important because a lot of seniors who were not tech savvy, and when they start pushing their jobs where you have to work from home, I'm sure many of them was not able to do it. I recall, I guess about 8 years ago, when we hired a nurse at an agency, and all nurses were charting, on their computer program. She struggled and she finally had to quit because she just couldn't get it. You're not just writing on a chart anymore. You're on the computer. So it pushed a lot of the seniors out of the nursing field at that time, just because of that. So I can see how devastating this has been, because a lot of seniors are working. They want to work and they have jobs, and people want them to work because they will they will come to work.
Yeah.
Right, and they have so much experience. Right?
They do have experience. Yeah. You can't replace that. Yeah, can't replace that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Young people may know how to click a few buttons, but that actual job experience is irreplaceable.
Yeah, clicking buttons, and sometimes without the experience, people that click buttons get lost too. Get a lot of people like that.
Now,
when it gets fast, but they don't understand. Yeah, they get kind of lost. Yeah.
So the app that you have, is this an app that you developed, Candace?
Yeah, so I started it, and then I had to turn it over because it got pretty robust. So my master's degree is actually in design, business, and technology.
Okay, you use the interface. Okay, very good. Yeah.
And so we learned how to actually, even prior to the degree, I was fortunate enough to develop a couple of other apps. And so that gave me like knowledge and some experience around the platform that we're using for Generation Connect, which is actually a no-code platform. Long story short, it allows us to be very nimble and responsive to the audience, so that as we're building this and we gain user insights, we're able to make the platform better and better and better. And so I started building it, and it just got so robust. And as you're growing a company, I can't do like everything.
Right.
Because it's so intense. And so I was very fortunate to find a software developer that is just a call away.
So can anyone buy the app and tell the audience what the app does, how it's used?
So it is. Instead of an app, I would like to call it a digital platform, because apps, I think most people think, is something that you get out of the App Store or off of Google Play.
Okay.
And so it is a digital platform that is free to join, and you can join the community. And then what is for sale is our on-demand tech support. Okay. So that's when you can click a button, record your issue, and we guarantee within 15 minutes you'll be connected. So usually the teens respond within 5 minutes, but if not, then it escalates up to the adults. It could even get to me, and you're guaranteed that you'll have someone helping you within 15 minutes. And that covers everything from your wearables to your phone to your Alexa. What we found is that a lot of the adult children of seasoned adults don't mind buying all these gadgets for their parents and grandparents, but then, they're left kind of high and dry. So that's why we say, like, okay, no problem. We got you from there. So get them the devices and we'll help them get comfortable with them.
And how much does it cost? Because I think that's something that a lot of people would love to have, not just seniors. When you get stuck on something, that you can get someone to help you.
Like right then, yes. So it's $9.99 a month for just the service, and it's unlimited. You can call and use it every day if you need to. And then you can also join the community with the programming, and that, which I suggest, so you get familiar with like who these teens are. Are they really patient? Are they really going to take their time? And so that's absolutely free. You can also get a refurbished Chromebook if you have no devices. Plus the on-demand service, and that's just $15.99 a month, and the Chromebook is yours.
Okay. Do you have a not a Discord, but a community a community tab where people can actually solve each other's problems or discuss things amongst each other?
That's our intergenerational program that does a lot of that. So we come together as a group. 10 teens and 10 seasoned adults, and then they go into breakouts so they can have that one-on-one that deals with a specific,
Okay, because they have a lot of communities like on Reddit. Like I'm on like I got all my devices. They have a Reddit community where you can actually key in a problem, and somebody's 9 times out of 10 somebody's already had that problem that you've had, and and they can answer it. Do you have something like that? A community like that?
We do not. Ours is
okay.
We don't have anything you have to type in or anything. You click a button, you got an issue, and you get a live person. Okay. You get a live person.
And
you share your screen.
Yeah.
You see who you're talking to.
And that's what seniors like. They like, many people are like hand-on. They want to see something, not just listen to somebody trying to walk you through. But I think this is absolutely incredible. For those who are listening, you can call us at 310-928-7733, 310-928-7733. We have a lot of people listening. I guess they just want to listen so they can learn. But let me let you know that Miss Candace is going to be on that floor at Black Writers on Tour, which is going down March 25th from 10 to 3 p.m. She's going to be there hooked up with electricity, showing you what she do and how you can do it. So drag all them seniors out there. Tell them, come on, they can see hand on.
I'm going to start pushing a lot of people your way.
And we appreciate it. Love
it. We may call this the Senior Citizen Convention. We get all these seniors out there, huh?
Yes. You get that baby. Can you come over here and help me with this? Oh, boy.
That is so incredible. But Candace, would the next step be helping them to utilize their phones? Because their phones is really just a little mini computer, and there's so many things that people get stuck with. So do you all plan on taking it to the phone?
Yes, the phones, the wearables, your Fitbits, Alexa, your smart home, any the connected device or IoTs, Internet of Things, anything like that, we will assist with.
Okay, Keith, we have something in the box. Someone have a question for Candace?
Okay, this is from Deidre. Can the guest talk about signatures on legal documents online And what's her opinion about online calls on social media sites like Facebook? Is it safe?
I kind of need a definition of what safe is. So the documents, I would say yes, I use them. And I find them to be safe if by definition she means someone can, usurp them and retrieve them other than the intended person. Because it's just, they're signed and they're emailed. You get the confirmation of that, that it went to the person it was going to. So if you trust email, I would feel comfortable using electronic signatures. The other part, she said, the Facebook. Now, one of the things that happened, it's better now because of the encryption, but one of the things that happened early on during Zoom is that you had these Zoom bombs, right? People would be able to get into your Zoom meeting and, rant and rave and racial slurs and all type of stuff was happening. Yeah. So that's a more encrypted environment now, and people are actually being smarter around releasing the link to a Zoom or a Google Meet or a Team or something like that. And there's more controls where you're able to get rid of someone if that does happen. So it's easier and safer. For the calls, the Facebook calls or FaceTime calls, is that? FaceTime?
No, I think she said sites like social media sites like Facebook. Because sometimes some sites you can call, yeah.
So you're talking about Facebook Live?
No, on Messenger, Facebook Messenger.
Messenger, you can actually connect.
Okay, yeah, that's like WhatsApp and the others. So I feel very comfortable with those.
Yeah, they're encrypted, so yeah, they're pretty safe. In fact, they're probably safer than phone calls sometimes.
Carla, did that answer your question?
That was the. For the board.
But I'm really excited about this program, and I know Candace, they plan on taking it, duplicating it, taking it across the country, because there's elders in Mississippi and every place else saying, they left me behind. I can't do this. But I can see how it changed their mental outlook. I'm telling you. Because when you're home and you're shut out, just think about it. If just being able to get on Facebook or TikTok or just being able to join a Zoom call, a lot of people just can't do that. So there's so much. Right. So what you're opening up is going to keep a lot of these seniors out of the doctor's office. Doctor be saying, you missed your appointment. Oh, I was on Facebook.
But also, Dr. Rosie, and it will also help their mental as well, because a lot of people, they're sitting at home not doing anything and feeling sorry for themselves and feeling like, I wish I could do something else different. And this is giving them something different to do. I don't think everyone wants to retire, and I think keeping that mind flowing and going, it really helps them. So this is major.
That's right. They may not want to go to their job, but they don't want to be put on a position.
They want to stay connected.
That's it, Candace. They want to stay connected. Because even now, I've had clients that was not able to physically to get out and come into the office, and who wanted to do a living trust. And I've had to, connect them with Zoom. So good. Somebody went over to the house, hooked up Zoom, showed them how to do it. I was able to talk to them, answer their question. I mean, it's going to be the way to go. I'm telling you. This technology, you cannot get around it because we're moving more and more away from face-to-face. Even when COVID is over, people are not going back to business as usual. What do you think?
I think you're right. 17% of the internet traffic is with these connections, that aren't in person, these virtual connections. So 17% of all traffic is a virtual meeting, whether it's a telehealth meeting with your doctor, attending church on Facebook, or business meetings. 17%. That's insane.
Yeah.
So we're not going back.
It's going to grow, and in fact, it's going to accelerate. The chat GPT that you see is just a baby. Okay, the other 4 or 5 that are even above that, even amongst that open AI. Okay, they run your websites or your calling sites like for your bank, for yourself, for your customer support, for your cell phone. And once they start to pass out these what they call them a doctor in a bag. Okay, where they send you a kit out and you hook it up to yourself and the doctor takes your blood pressure and all that, heart rate, all kinds of stuff.
They're taking it too far.
It's already there. The thing is,
too far, Keith. Too far.
Dr. Rosie, if I can ever get Nicole on, right? Nicole is a genetic engineer. Okay, she's the one that explained to me about COVID and how it broke down. Everything she said about COVID was 100% correct. She said that 3 years ago. If I can ever get her on and start to explain to you exactly what's coming down the pike for just medicine alone, okay, she'll blow your mind. In fact, I could tell you this. This 3 years ago, she said she had a senior genetic engineer right on staff, and he said, "I'm glad I won't be alive to actually see what's coming down the road for us." He was in his 60s. So this is going to accelerate, and it's just starting to get cut loose.
But we're gonna fight it. We're gonna fight it.
You can't fight it. You can't fight it because I was looking at Verizon, right? The home 5G network that you can actually get for broadband. Okay, that's part of the whole network that they have set up all over LA, right? COVID kind of slowed it down. Now that after COVID's kind of gone down a little bit, they're rolling this stuff out. So you're gonna get automated cars, you're gonna get automated pizza delivery, you're gonna get automated drones, you get a whole lot of stuff that's gonna be automated. Okay, you're gonna have
don't even tell me no more. I can't even perceive that. I'm like that man. I don't even want to be here with all that.
Candace knows what I'm talking about because she has to keep up with this. She knows what I'm talking about.
Candace, is he telling us the truth?
They're already here. So
all this construction.
They are here.
All this construction.
The drones,
all this construction. All this construction that you've seen in the city, like narrowing the streets and stuff like that, is to get the cars off the street, right? This is for automated cars. The only thing they're missing is high-speed 5G, and that's being rolled out. All you see them all digging under the street, putting all these cables in and stuff like that. That's what it's for. Okay, they've been doing this for the last 5 years. So.
Yeah, they're getting ready to roll out cancer too. That's what they're getting ready to do. They're getting ready to roll out more cancer.
You're gonna have to.
Girl, they get ready to start the Terminator in a minute. The Terminator was fake.
Terminator's already here. In fact, they've already legalized
AI. Robot killing.
Actually, they've armed cop drones, okay, with guns. So in San Francisco.
But
so
you know what?
Go ahead.
You know what might be next? It looks like everybody going. I mean, I don't know if we're going to have to go to socialism or what, because it looks like everybody going to be unemployed. Yeah, because I think the way they're going to have robots putting up buildings. We see people putting up buildings now, skyscrapers.
Robots have already started putting up buildings. Okay,
doing surgery.
I don't know if you've seen this, but the totally workerless McDonald's. Yeah, I think it's in Texas.
Oh wow!
Where you go up to, where you pull up to the drive-through, and the AI takes your order, and then all the robots that are assembled inside the McDonald's, and they will actually cook your order and then hand it out to you in the window.
Keith, I don't want to hear no more. I don't want to hear no more. I'm not going to learn anymore. I don't want to know. Candace, tell me this: how can young people get connected with your program, teen? Is it just for a particular school? And Keith, someone had sent me a notice that Keith wants us to be robots. Remember, he said, remember the Jetsons cartoon in the 60s. You remember that, Keith?
Yeah, I remember that. That's already going to. Well, they have that already. They do have flying cars already. But the thing is that the energy it takes is so expensive. But they do have flying drones that will actually come pick you up. You get in it. It looks like a regular drone with the little propellers and stuff like that. Will actually get you and fly you wherever you want. They use it in Dubai already. But we have something on the board. How do you get cheaper internet service as a senior? Okay. Right now, since they're trying to roll out this 5G, if you go to Verizon, you can get internet for like $30, 25 to $30 a month, right? The high speed 5G, actually tested it out.
And
you
there
can
are
get
some
it
communities that
yeah,
you can qualify for free internet service. So
yeah.
a program in Los Angeles is called Delete the Divide, and they're actually providing free internet service depending
Repeat.
on where you live and what
Where
your
you live.
circumstances
Yeah.
are.
Repeat that, Candy. Repeat that they can get free internet service. Go to Delete Divide.
Delete the Divide. That's the name of the department, and it's a city department that is, reaching high and low to try and provide the internet access to those who don't have it. And that's awesome, because you can have all the internet in the world, you can have all the devices in the world. Our goal is to democratize technology so that it is affordable, accessible, but also understandable by all populations.
You won't in this society, especially in an urban city, you will not be able to get around or function without the internet. I would say within the next couple of years, you will not be able to do it. So you're going to have it. You're going to have internet. You're going to have to learn how to use it. In fact, the new literacy test that they came out with, I think 2-3 years ago, is all about how do you read websites online. Can you click the right button? Can you understand what it's saying? That is the new literacy test now.
Well, that's what Candace is all about. She's going to bring all of those who've been coming into it, swinging and backing up and hollering and screaming.
They're probably not hollering and screaming. They're probably running to a door on their knees begging.
Because they know how much they're missing if they can't do that. So what team, is it just one school that you're using, Teen, to be a part of your program? How does Teen get connected with you?
So we basically have two main ways where we work with school districts who we contract with to provide our enrichment programming, and teens are able to join that way. Or if they're an individual who's like, my school isn't doing it, but I want to do it, then it's the same process. Go to our website at generationconnect.io, apply to join the community, and then there's a teen option, and they answer another set of questions, and a parental consent form is automatically sent out, and we, reach out to faculty members to get that recommendation going. So all roads lead to generationconnect.io.
Do you need more teens?
Absolutely.
Never enough. Never, ever enough. We plan to grow this thing. Like my vision for this is that this should be an insurance benefit, right? Like you should be able to get the tech support you need without a whole bunch of, rigmarole. Like it should be part of your civil rights. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, because it's going to save hospitals so much money than having them coming into urgent care.
Everybody, companies, so much money, government, so much money.
They should contract people like you out, because and explain that to seniors, not just it's everybody. It's not just seniors. I wish it was just seniors.
No, let her stick with the seniors. Let these other folks.
Let the young folks aim for themselves. Okay.
Yeah, and you were talking about who's a senior. I'll tell you, AARP is addressing 50 plus.
Okay.
So that's who they're targeting.
Well, I am excited about this because I can imagine how it changed a person's life. I'm thinking right now, if I didn't know how to do the things that I know how to do, it would be boring if I had to be home. I mean, what do you do? People not visiting people, just for them. I had my birthday party last year on Zoom. People danced. I mean, we had a good time. We had a DJ. She was absolutely awesome. It was a beautiful event. We had our family reunion on Zoom, So it's just things that people have to know how to do. I know when I started my business, My Tech Academy, I did it, Candy, because I knew, and as you know, there's a lot of people who want to learn more about technology and the new wave, but they are not willing and don't want to go back to school or to sit in a class or go to night because they're just not going to do it.
Right.
They're going to have to get it the way you are doing it. The seniors are not going to go back at night or in day to enroll in a class. So you're bringing something to the people that's going to change their life, change the life for everybody, even for their children.
Yep.
Right.
Wow. How are you funded, Candace?
Well, we are a startup, so not well, not yet, but we're growing. So we have two streams of revenue. One are our government contracts, like school districts, where we provide enrichment programming to the teens, because the schools have embraced this program because of COVID primarily, and how much socialization skills, those soft skills that our teens did not receive. And I have a daughter that's a sophomore in college, and she points to, and she's pretty mature, but she points to like this, you know, the kids who were affected by COVID really do lack those socialization skills. Like the things she's dealing with, she feels like sometimes she's still in high school because you couldn't come together and work out normal situations. They're lacking those skills. So they bring us in, and by the teens connecting with the seasoned adults, where there's no judgment, it's so much, they are embraced, right? We see them coming in and they're talking like this, and you can barely hear them. And by the time they're done, it's like, oh, I can answer that. Oh, I know that. Oh, we should do this. And it's beautiful to see. It's beautiful to see. So I forgot your question. I forgot my point. But so the revenue stream. So that's one, through the government contracts. And then the others is what I mentioned before, that on-demand support. So we try to, again, make it so affordable so that seasoned adults, and so easy, so that you know that you can click a button, record what your problem is, and get the help you need.
Candace, what are some of the questions that people called in wanting to get help with?
They range. So a lot around Google Docs, and how that all works, so that they get tired of forgetting to save their Word doc or not having on that auto save, where Google Docs kind of makes it a little bit easier. A lot around their phones, because that is taking a place of computers. So whether it's an app or my pictures or sending my photos or organizing my folders on my phone, like how can I get better grip of these things? And then, a lot of seasoned adults are still, going to get a money order to pay their utility bills, so you go stand in line, get the money order, take public transportation over to pay the utility bill. I mean, that's a whole day's event, where understanding that you can click a few buttons and that's done. So a lot of people they enjoy connecting with the team because it's fighting the isolation. Mm-hmm. But they also just day-to-day technological uses is what they're interested in.
Well, because a bank isn't out now, because in our community they are shutting down a lot of banks. They're shutting down a lot of banks. So, you got to go find a bank, stand in line, and when you get a certain age, who wants to stand in line at the bank? Mm-hmm. Who really wants to go? So I think the seniors are going to move into, especially since they kind of used to their money going in the bank, because people thought that when the Social Security checks were going to the bank, a lot of people didn't like that. They wanted to get their hand on that check. My cousin said, I want to see mine. I want to see my check. That mean deposit. I want to sign it. I said, well, you're not going
I
to
think
be doing that.
I think COVID changed a lot of stuff. I think a lot.
Yeah.
Last time I was in a bank was like maybe a few months ago, right? Nobody's in there because COVID, because you couldn't go in there during COVID. So people got used to doing online banking. So.
That's true, Keith. It is when you go into the bank, you see fewer people now.
No, I saw nobody. like it's just the tellers and just the people sitting at the desk to help you, but there was nobody in there. So I think COVID has changed a lot of things. So, and I think it's only going to be that going forward. So
I think they need to slow down. I think we need to slow down. You're pushing us too fast. Candace, they're taking us too fast, but we got to get with it.
I wish.
We're here to help.
I think COVID was the pause, even though I think it forced people to do things, but I think it was a pause. And I think it's just going to get faster from here. So people, you got to listen to Candace. You don't have to get literate fast.
You better get with Generation Connect. What's that website, Candace? And give that phone number out. You all listen. Now, she will not see you, so I know some of you 35-year-old out there talking about, well, I don't know anything. Will she help me? She won't. Candace, you can't see them, right?
I can't see them?
Oh, yeah, I mean, for some of those who about 30 and don't know nothing and want to join your program.
Is the money good?
Right. We'll help anybody.
Okay, you guys.
Money is good. We'll help.
Candace, I think you're going to have so many people trying to get that app. They're going to crowd you at this conference. I'm telling you now.
Oh, we will. We welcome it. We'll be prepared. In the meantime, they can feel free to go to generationconnect.io or they can call 877-839-3360.
And they don't have to they don't have to live in Inglewood, right?
Do not have to live in the country, in the state. Wherever you are.
Can you give that website out again and your phone number? Because this is important. I want people to be able to reach out. And like I said, you guys, she's going to be on that floor at Black Writers on Tour, Business Plus Tech Expo. Tech is in the house, right, Candace? Tech is in the house. And we have a workshop. Yeah, and we have a workshop called a forum called Technology Rocks. Okay? And you're going to have people there with tech and STEAM and STEM experience. So you want to get out there. And we have a workshop for children with STEM and STEAM. And she's going to have them making lip balm. They're going to be making stuff. She's going to show them about science and how easily that they can get into it, because you know what? Technology rocks for children and teens too. This is going to be so awesome, Keith. I'm telling you. So, Keith, somebody's going to find you, because you're going to be out there you're going to be out there talking to Candace. You guys come to Candace's booth.
I'll probably be
He is a tech geek. He's going to be at Candace's booth.
Candace will probably have me by the collar. Sit here.
Oh, no, you're holding your own, man.
Candace, I just want to tell you that I am so proud and pleased with what you're doing. I mean, my dad always told me business is about finding a need and filling it. And you have certainly found a need and you are filling it. And hats off to you. And we're going to, it's good to know, Shawana, that we have somebody we can push people off to, right?
Please, send them my way.
Yes, we're going to do that. And, and like I said, now don't be surprised when some of these 25, and because they come up in here, I'm telling you, under 30, I can't get this off my phone. How do I do this? They need that little $9.95 or whatever it is. Oh, I love that. Sometimes you have a question you don't want anybody to know that you don't know, so you can get on that. True. Yeah,
that is true.
So ain't nobody laughing at you, okay? When you dial that number, ain't nobody laughing, saying, Dr. Milligan, I thought you knew that. I'm going to get one too, kids.
Join us. That would be awesome.
Well, we appreciate you, and we're looking forward to seeing you on the 25th of March. You've just been awesome, and we thank you for your service. Thank you for what you do, And Keith, you guys, everybody get ready. All roads must lead to the Carson Community Center, March 25th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. Folks, you better get there early because they're going to be in line for Candace. They're going to be in line for you. They're going to be in line. I'm telling you, we're going to pump that. So you guys, Candace, thank you for joining us. Oh, you guys, this show is going to re-air. Give me a second here. Tell me, and that way, Candace, if you have someone who didn't listen, who want to hear this show, you guys, all they have to do is go to innerlightradio.com. He's going to post the time. I think he's going to replay at, let's see, is it on the board, Keith?
Yes, it
he's
is.
going to post it.
He hasn't posted it yet. There you go.
Okay.
6 p.m. for the replay.
6 p.m. for the rebroadcast of this program. Again, I want to
mention YouTube channel.
Oh, it's going to be on my YouTube channel. It'll be up there forever. And that's Dr. Rosie Milligan /YouTube. Okay. All right, you guys. Candace, thank you so much. My co-host and co-hostie, thank you all. Same time next week, you guys. Go and get your whatever it is. Don't be ashamed to get your help. Stop calling me. Stop calling me. Call Candace, okay?
Oh, Candace.
Generation Connect. Thank you so much.
Generation Connect. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day.
All right. Bye-bye.